Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Wow. We are here and y'all are probably watching. If you're not watching this video, please go watch it. Probably wondering what we are doing here. We are all matching in our black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So this episode is the power of celebrating yourself. So on the last episode, I think I told you all that my son Miles and his team were on their way to the Final Four. Well, they won. They won.
Yeah, we tried it. We did it. No, we did it, Jeanette. We
Y'all
did
did
it.
it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Yes, yes, yes. They won the Division III hoops national championship.
Congratulations.
NCAA
Yes.
for basketball. It was an amazing weekend. I'm still a little hoarse if you guys can't hear that, but I've been in Indiana. I've been near Richmond, Virginia, just all the things. And the ladies, that was a great idea to get on here and celebrate. And how timely. This episode is episode 67, The Power of Celebrating Yourself. What?
Could not have planned it any better.
We recorded our episodes before I even left for Indiana. So it's like, oh my gosh. And then get there, got caught up in the hype. I mailed these ladies their shirts probably a week or two ago.
Was that before or after? I was like, I need one of them sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Were you like, I already bought that? Say she ain't even know. It had to be before because when I got mine in the mail, I was like, that was quick. She didn't even get back to Richmond yet.
Yes, I was so glad that you got them and that you loved them. But this
love.
shirt,
That's that championship shirt right there.
Yeah, I think this might glow in the dark. We might have to see. But
hey,
yes, we are repping the so Yellow Jackets.
Thank you, Lynda, for including us in your lives and your son's life, and we feel like we're your children's virtual aunties. And so we were just so proud of Miles and his accomplishments and his team and everyone that, just the whole team effort around it. Like they just never gave up and they just knew they felt that they deserved it and they went after it.
Thank you.
But like in the spirit of like celebrating yourself, like just even listening to you talk about how like they celebrated these kids and the hard work they put in and how they flew them back home. Like you have to tell them because like I'm like, what? Like I know they do like the police escorts like when they get off the bus and they come home. But this was another level. I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know they did police escorts. So we're in Indiana. The first day of the Final Four, I made a wrong turn and I bumped into a police escort. I was like, oh my God, where are we? And I don't know one of the other teams, but I was like, they really do that? And my friend Judy, shout out to Judy for going with me, and also
Judy.
Yes. But yeah, I was just like, oh, she said, yes, they do that. I'm like, oh, okay, I know. But it was really cool. And then, but coming home, they got to fly home in a jet and
private jet. Let me tell you.
So worthy. And they are worthy of that.
It was so cool. They were so excited and just made the coaches, shout out to the coaches, the staff, our assistant coaches, our, just our residents, folks, our cheerleaders, dancers, the alumni, everybody. Just they've been all so amazing. And we just had such a great time. And we definitely celebrated out there. That's why my voice is like
excellent.
Yeah.
Can we also add celebrating all of the parents of those young people? Because without the parents and being consistent, taking them to practices, going through all the many years to get them where they are, and for them to experience something that they look forward to their whole lives, it's a dream come true. So Lynda, tell us about it. You was interviewed, sweetie. That's a celebration. That's a celebration.
Yeah, shout out to the parents. They were wonderful. Our graduate assistants and our assistants that help us with the team, those guys were amazing too. One young man, Justin, he's the same year as Miles. Miles is a junior and he was there. I had met his parents a few weeks back at some of the games and stuff. They were everybody was just so cool. But the parents, I'm telling you, they came through. And it's just been a journey. Like everybody was there. They showed up in some way, some capacity. The school welcomed us. They had, kind of a before reception, and they had a, after reception. And it was really great. I mean, it had to be, I think I asked somebody how many people from Randolph-Macon came, and they said over 100 people.
Wow.
So it was alumni there. It was just some amazing people, some Susan, Ann, their husbands, their spouses, their friends, their sisters, just really, really just a great, great group of people.
And see,
They're really nice people.
That's awesome. And I think that so it lends itself to like the culture. So I know when Navon was picking like universities to go to, she wanted one that had a real good like team, school spirit, school pride, because she likes to throw herself all in, and she's like, she's committed. And so I like that they have the forethought to like think about this is how we want to celebrate and appreciate the people that really show up consistently for us and really, support and rep us. Like, let me tell you, these things ain't cheap.
No, I was thrilled. And then I found out that Maddie selected this for me. So I was really thrilled. Such my style. Thank you, Maddie.
Yeah,
hey,
like,
Maddie.
That university stuff, let me tell you, that ain't your Walmart special. Like this stuff.
You can feel it. You can feel it in your skin, can't you, Jeanette? You can feel the material difference.
Yeah, the material. This is like thick embroidery.
Oh yeah. Someone put love into this.
Yes.
This are great apparel.
Thank you, Lynda. Barclay is wonderful. She manages the team store, and also so the bookstore.
Well, shout out to her because she's amazing.
She's amazing, and she is this wonderful. Her and her husband, they collect like newspaper articles of all the guys. Every time they see us, they're running up to us. Where's so and so's mom? Where's this person's mom? Where's that person's dad? Giving us the clipping. Most of us live not in that area, so we don't get the local papers, but they collect all that stuff because they don't so much for us. Yeah,
and see, that's important, right? Because one, not only do they know y'all, they know your name. Like it lends itself. When we come from like we've all been in like a corporate type situation, or we've been around it, and we know like when they say like creating a culture and an organization, like it is more than just like what you do for your external customers, but your internal people as well, and like how they feel and how they are made to feel special and unique, and like, oh, y'all thought about me. They know, oh, that's Miles' mom. Like you could call me Miles' mom forever, as long as you know that I am she is me. Right? Not me, but Lynda. But it just makes a difference and how you support an organization, right? You don't have to be, these D1 big, huge schools to feel special, because sometimes you get lost in a number. And sometimes I think that's why people choose certain organizations over others.
Yeah.
Because of that. And I feel like we should think about ourselves when we are thinking about like how we do that for other people is how we should also look at how we celebrate and treat ourselves, because a lot of times we take care of other people, we pay attention to those details, and we make sure they feel special, but we don't always make sure that we feel special as well.
That's a great point.
That is an excellent point.
And I wanted to say something, Jeanette, you was leading my mind to it's a community, right?
Yeah.
Building a community, and really, we've gotten so far away from, we know the word, we recognize the word, we throw it around loosely. All companies and organizations do. We have a community investment program, or we have but they're really not tied into the community the way they say they are. And I feel like every chance you can get, whether you're small, large, or medium, there should be some type of community surrounded, which for your internals, because your internals is what's going to bring out your output to your external, right, customers and client, which is why I'm always excited when we're on Marco Polo talking about the Heart of Chat, our Heart of Chat headquarters. And we're always talking about how we want our heartbeats that may be working as part of our team feel. We always put ourselves in their shoes, and of course we think about ourselves and how we want the environment for ourselves too, but we always think about them too. And that is a daily way to celebrate not only yourself, but others, your environment. And like you said, paying attention to those details and turning it around and giving it to yourself. The other night I had a date with the moon. And I started writing all types of stuff to the moon and just like thinking it and just all of the things. And I felt like it was a way of celebrating nature and really, and getting back, the feeling. It's almost a week later since it's been a full moon, and I'm still on high, and I feel like that was a way that I was celebrating myself. I took the time to go out there and just spend some time to myself with myself, because sometimes celebrating yourself doesn't always mean you got to go out and buy yourself something, or you got to go do something. It's simple acts like that pours into yourself, and with nature, it's just so abundant. It's so abundant, and it just gives you so much. I just love it.
Sometimes it's as simple as just allowing yourself to rest. Like like Lynda, even going back to like the team, like they didn't spend all this time working hard, like before, like out postseason, preseason, off season, in season, like it's ridiculous. And then now to have like a little bit of a break to like just celebrate themselves, or even y'all as parents just sitting home for a full weekend after weekends of back-to-back traveling. I know you're like, oh, I'm about to celebrate this one by sitting on my couch watching some shows.
I will sit on my couch forever. I talked to Miles today, and by the time this airs, he would have been done with spring break. But he, being home for a week and everything, first thing he said to me, first thing he said, he wanted to bring his TV home. So typical Lynda child there. Second, picking him up and all of that, bringing him home. He said he wanted to rest and sleep. He wants to favorite restaurant, Coastal Flats. So that, that's what it is.
That's how he's going to celebrate himself. That is so awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we said, we're going to do Coastal Flats, and we're going to get our favorite meals and just, ask him how he was feeling. And he's done just some things since then. He was on a podcast himself.
Yeah, congratulations.
So we got to watch that because I streamed it to the TV. We got to watch it. It was so funny just watching like his mannerisms and stuff like that. He's kind of reminds me of a combination between myself and my dad. Just the way he kind of moves and the way he looks. It was really fun to watch. I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was fun.
That's great.
So, a lot of fun, and those folks were celebrating him. It was the folks from another school that was in the 64 teams that they lost early on, but they do this amazing work and amazing podcast. They were highlighting all of the All-Americans. So Miles got second team All-American.
Oh my goodness! This is oh my! Can we?
And he still got another year left.
Yeah, he got that. We found that out yesterday. So earlier this week, in mid-March-ish time frame.
There it is. But Jeanette, I was going to ask you: is there some type of app or something that we could just really have like confetti coming down on the screen?
I would love to
check into that.
Jonathan, insert all the confetti right here.
Yes, it was crazy. I was like, "Wow, I said, Miles, how you feeling?" He's like, "Oh, I'm good." And one of the parents, I love her, Christy. She is so funny. She is Josh's mom. Shout out to Christy. Love her and her husband. They are amazing. And she's like, "Oh, Miles I just want to hug him." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm an All-American." Yeah, okay. She mocks him so well. So funny. Every time she does it, they are just wonderful folks. So again, an example of like the connections, and then all the parents are celebrating each other. And one of the things that one of the moms said is that we celebrate each other's child like they're our own.
Yes. That's what I love about the basketball family.
It's a true family. And she posted a picture. Her name is Joni. She's Will's mom. And so she posted a picture on Twitter of all the moms. We took a picture. We did a mom's photo.
Oh,
that's another way to celebrate. Oh, I love it, Lynda.
Smiling and laughing and all the things. So I will definitely. They're very good group of.
I agree, Shauna, that like just documenting that moment and however you want to capture, whether it's journaling about it, whether it's taking a photo of it, something to document the moment, because like, you probably was so in the moment there, like you probably wasn't sitting there like this trying to take pictures of everything. Like you was probably focused, but at the end of it all, to take that one picture that captures something that makes you remember that day, where that way you were still able to be present, but then also do something to remember it later on. So
it was cool. And thank goodness for the photographers that were there. I took, like you said, very little pictures because I was so into the game. And then the final game was streamed on CBS Sportsnet. So so people were watching it and they're texting me pictures, and I was just like in the moment, just being in the arena. So I didn't even get to see like any of that. So they were taking screenshots of what was going on.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't see you, Lynda.
A couple people did. Like Stanley said he saw me. He was like, I see you.
Did he?
Yeah,
I know he saw you.
Saw me. He saw me. He said, "Why don't you stand? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm cheering the game." And they had these little things you could do, like little activities in between the commercials, like flex your muscles, play the guitar. So I playing the guitar, it was really, really cool. We had a great time. Just everything. And I would say, just shout out to Randolph-Macon College. They are just, yeah, they did an awesome job. Everyone is just
Excellent.
so awesome. They also did a celebration the Monday after the win. So they had the guys come in and all the students and the alumni. The president spoke, the head coach spoke, and also the athletic director.
I love that they made a big deal about it.
Yes,
I do. I do.
Because you said this was their first championship since 1979.
Yes, 77, I think. I have to go back and look. I think they made it to the semifinal, but I don't think they won. So this is their first national championship.
And these boys, this probably would have been their second had COVID not happened, because the way they were playing right when COVID started and everything got shut down, they was on their way, no doubt about it.
We had just won that second game, and ironically, the school that now has the podcast, Yeshiva, which is up in New York, they were the ones that have the podcast that interviewed the All-Americans. So, and that's the one that Miles
was on. Okay.
I was like, wow. And they were funny. I shout out to those guys. They were hilarious. They were like, we have a fabulous grad program here. I asked Miles about that. He chuckled. He laughed. They were selling, but they're hilarious. And they had all of the All-Americans on for that. So they brought them on. They brought 5 of them on, and the other 5. And it was just so cool to see those guys. Some of those guys they played against Miles in the NCAA tournament round 1, 2, 3, or 4. Others of them, Miles has seen them over the years and just said, "Hey, what's up too," or whatever. So it was really cool to see all of them.
And I know we're talking about celebrating yourself, but like it just makes me think of like I know. So I have a cousin who was really, really good at sports, but he had offers to schools that weren't D1, and he wanted it so bad that he held out and he redshirted onto a team, and it never panned out the way he wanted it to, because he never got the attention that he wanted. And sometimes it's like, sometimes you have to go somewhere and shine, and you know, where you have the ability to shine versus fighting for that number one spot, because the spotlight is going to come. He's going to be seen. He's going to be picked up, whether it's the NBA or overseas or something. Like, I already know Miles is like, he's out of there. Like, he's gone. Like, it's greatness. And you know, but sometimes I feel like I don't know, like just being grateful for the people that do see you, and the people that appreciate the skills and the talent that you have, and you know, taking those roads versus feeling like you have to go this way, because you're still doing your work. It's still important, and you're still seen. And then look at him; he's All-American on a national championship team, starting for what, the last since he's been there, Lynda? Like,
since he's been there. We were shocked about that. Miles talked about that on the podcast earlier this week, because he told the gentleman that was hosting it, he was like, you know, he got there, we chose Randolph-Macon. It was the last school that we went to. Everybody's asking, what's your journey to get here? So I think I've told you ladies the story, and I shared the story of how we got there. It was literally last school that we visited. And it was just something about it that just really grabbed him, and it grabbed us. And just that journey. So when he admitted when he got there, he didn't think that he was going to start, because it was already a winning organization. When he got there, they were already doing well. I think when he got there, they had made it to round 3 of the NCAA tournament. So they made it to Sweet 16, but they lost in the first game. And so Buzz Anthony, who is our first team All-American, shout out to Buzz, amazing leadership. He's leaving this year. A really great guy. Miles just connected, you know, from the beginning. And you just, you know, you don't know what you don't know when you got there. So I was like, I wasn't expecting to play. And that first game, we showed up in Richmond, Virginia, you know, University of Richmond, great team, great organization. We get there and Miles is starting in the game. I'm like, what? Okay, it's an exhibition game because they're D1, you know, we're D3. their exhibition game, right? But then ever since from there, it's just been the journey. So he talked about that a little bit last night. And just from there to now, just the interviews, the people, D3 Hoops, the different folks that have really reached out and, just say you've really worked on your skills over the last couple of years. What did you do to continue to get better? And what do you look forward to working on? So Miles shared some of the things he wants to work on. It was really a good podcast. I have to see if I can find the link because I'll share it. But it was cool. I mean, it was very relaxed, and I just enjoyed kind of seeing Miles's growth from freshman year to now. Such a huge difference. And I was talking to one of the coaches about that. Just, he speaks up more, he talks more, he's trying to lean into his leadership. And that's a form of celebration.
That is. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
It's a form of celebrating yourself. So taking those nuggets and applying them to your life. And to your point, Jeanette, about, you want to be seen. And I had that same conversation with some of the alumni being seen. Yeah. I mean, of course, we all want to go to the Kentuckys and the Dukes and, all that kind of stuff. Great. Wonderful. Whoever, right. But you really want to go where like you're celebrated, where you're where you're getting the best that the internal feeling that you have, just where you it's a fit, but it's also how you mesh with the people.
Yeah. They want to, and they also develop you, right? They help you develop and be better and grow. And they just see you wholly. I remember Navon played basketball in high school, junior high and high school, and when she got to ninth grade, and the coach was just basically like only focused. She only cared about her starters. And she didn't really pay the other girls much attention, and she let the assistant kind of work with them. But then if she felt like he was working too much with them, then she they don't need all that time. And so it kind of put a bad taste in her mouth. She ended up not playing. And I just feel like just from talking to you, what we've seen over I feel like we've been on this journey all these years with him since he's been in college. But it just seems like they celebrate all their players, and they are a full team. Like you're not just there, even if you're not starting, like you're being developed and being prepared.
It's
for
truly
that next
being
phase.
ran as a family.
It is, and that's their goal. If you look at their shirts, they have the practice shirt that says family on the back.
What?
You can see that. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And the coach, I mean, one of our games, we played a team in, I guess, I don't know, it wasn't Southern Virginia, so center of Virginia, I guess, center of Virginia. And one of our guys, Q, he shot 7 3-pointers that night. If it wasn't for him, he's not a starter all the time, but if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have won that game. So we had Ian who shot 6 3-pointers in one of our games during the tournament. I mean, so they celebrate the strengths of each of the guys.
I love it.
The teams. One of our assistants, he's a freshman. He does all of the video. I didn't even know that till we went to Roanoke. We went to our conference championship. He sets up the video, and so somebody was sitting in his seat where he usually does the video. I tapped on. I said, Christy, can you go tell them to? She said, oh, I got it.
Y'all got to move.
I love her. But she said, can y'all move because he needs to be here to set up? And he was so grateful that get the video of the guys, and he's saying, go Buzz, go Miles, go Josh, go Will. In the videos, you can hear that. So they all are a family, and they bring
really cool.
strengths. Yeah.
I love it.
Well, Heartbeats, we thank you for just giving us this moment to just really celebrate Lynda and Miles and her family and Randolph-Macon and all that they're doing at that organization. But we intentionally, though, because we want y'all to see what that looks like to celebrate each other
ways.
And to celebrate in different ways. And we're going to share some things on how you can also celebrate yourself more in different ways you can do that.
Yes, for sure. So with that, I mean, so one of the things that came out after all this traveling and, gas is high, right? I had to put my car in the shop a month ago. Yes. So somebody said, okay, how are you going to celebrate yourself? And I'm going on and on. Oh, the kids. They're like, what are you going to do for you? I was like, oh, you're right. So for me, for this kind of season of my life, I booked a hotel for a night, and I'm going to stay in April. yep, I'm going to stay in a hotel, and it has a spa in the hotel. And that's going to be, and they're like, okay, can you say one sentence without saying the kids, the kids, the kids? So I'm practicing, not there yet, because I still want to say, oh, I got to take the kids. I got to go do this. Nope. How are you celebrating you? That's what we want you to take away from this episode, Heartbeats.
Yeah.
You know, it's great doing this, you know, celebration for Miles and company and the teams and all that. But think about, I was like, okay, this is done now. Like, what can I do for myself? So start thinking about that. So for me this time around, it's the hotel. Even if I sit on that bed the whole time in the hotel, and if I fall asleep on those plush pillows, that is totally fine. That's a form of celebration. So think about those moments and think and put you in that perspective. So that would be my takeaway for the Heartbeats today.
So
well, Jeanette, what about you?
So I'm going to say one, and Shauna is going to appreciate this. This is like the number one. This is one I have read a few things, because I'm gonna tell y'all now, I struggle with celebrating myself. Like Lynda, it's either the kids or somebody else. I celebrate other people easily, but not myself so much. And so I was, of course, looking up different ways to do it. And the first one was to unleash your inner child.
Oh,
so Shauna, you could give them some tips on how to do that.
Yes. And so one of the activities, Jeanette, when you're growing up, I always encourage this, and I always get stunted when I find out that children don't have like a mirror in their room or different mirrors for them to be able to see.
Hey, Shauna.
And knowing who you are and appreciate.
You pause for a second. Go back.
Oh, rats.
Let's just stop that at mirror. It's okay.
Okay. The children should often, as soon as, even an infant, you should grow up with mirrors around, where a child should have their own mirror, especially a body mirror when they're about 5 or 6 years of age, so they can start looking at themselves and start really appreciating themselves. I have mirror talk right here. So I'm glad you mentioned the inner child, because mirror talk starts back in those days, so that you could be comfortable as an adult to celebrate yourself, whether it's your hair, the way you look, your inner spirit, the flaws, celebrating your flaws. There's nothing wrong with that. So I have mirror talk. So thank you for bringing that up about the inner child, because that's definitely a direct connection to mirror talk.
I laughed when I saw it and read it, because I was like, oh Lord, I said I should just tell Shauna to talk about this, but this is true. Like, and there's so many different ways, like things you can do. It was so funny. We were at graduation for the entrepreneur program that I run, and it was a little girl who's the daughter of one of our graduates, and she was in it's like a ministry center for this church that we have graduation at, and she was doing cartwheels, and that is my inner child thing. Like, I like to do cartwheels. Like, even at 42, I got some videos of me doing some cartwheels, but I almost hurt my leg a couple of years ago, but it's okay.
We saw that, didn't we, Lynda?
Probably. But I take pride in the fact that I can do cartwheels at any size and any age. And the little girl, I was like, you challenging me to do cartwheels? She's like, yeah. And I was like, let me not do that in here with all these grown folks. I was like, well, when we go outside, I can't do one in here. That would be on somebody's news. The news is there. But I just thought it was, like, when I think about that, like, unleash your inner child, there are so many ways that children celebrate themselves, and just like
need to take a page from them.
Sydney won a round of Uno the other night, and she like jumped up and did like the Holy Ghost run around the house.
Wow. I love that.
And then they had both of them. They have to call their dad and let them, Daddy, I won. And so for them, it's just like the affirmation of saying it and having somebody else tell them that they did a great job.
Awesome. I love that. Yay. What about you, Shauna? Your celebrations.
I celebrate myself every single day.
I knew that.
And it's exactly what Jeanette says, because I'm strongly connected to my inner child, and that's what we did as children. So why shouldn't we still continue to do that? I do it in different ways. Right now, as you know, my social media campaign, which is the Reflection series, is on year 2. Thanks to Jeanette. Yay. Jeanette said I had to do it another year. And thank you, Jeanette and Lynda. And I write up all of my mantras. And when I write those Monday mantras, I write them to myself first. And then secondly, hoping that others can benefit from the same mantra. So one of my favorite ones that I always think about is I am my biggest cheerleader. It's something that I always say to myself. Another one that I really like that just came out this past Monday is I am a superstar. And just different mantras is a really great way to celebrate yourself and to remind yourself of who you really are, And there was something else I
Love
wanted to
it.
share. So if you want to do something a little more where you're in motion and to celebrate yourself, you can take yourself out. That one time, remember, I took myself out to go get a cupcake, just to celebrate my week and my wins and, things like that. So you can go out for ice cream, dinner like Lynda does, or you can have a date with the moon, like I mentioned earlier, the date with the sun. I date the sun all the time. The sun and we're actually married now.
The sun is my husband now.
Yeah, the sun is my husband now. I like what you ladies said earlier about sitting still and taking time and stock in what you just experienced or went through. Like for Lynda, she's going to do the hotel. The greatest thing about that sitting still is that she's going to be able to go through her Rolodex and all of her memories and relive all of that. That's a great way to celebrate yourself, connecting yourself to memory.
Now, I'm not big on, I don't post a lot on Facebook, but I will tell you, and someone else, I don't know who said, I don't know if it was Lynda or somebody else or a friend of mine that said, sometimes when they have really good days or a really good high, they will post it on Facebook because Facebook gives you your memories, here's your memories from to this time last year. And of course, if you're posting negative stuff, that stuff comes up too. And it's whew, I came a long way. Look at me now. Or it just could bring you down. But if you post positive things and then a year from now and then even 2 years from now, it reminds you again and again, you're oh wow, this is so awesome. And so I thought that was pretty cool to use Facebook in that way to post to celebrate yourself by posting and sharing with other people, and then that way allowing it to give you your memories a few years from now.
I love that positive things. I'm like you, Jeanette. I don't post a lot on Facebook, hardly at all, but I did post a couple of weeks ago before we went to Indiana, just when we won the sectional, championship. So it was, we got a trophy for that when we got through the Elite Eight. So I did post because I wasn't sure if I was going to post anything else after that. I was hopeful, so when we won, I just shared the post that Randolph-Macon shared. I just said we did it. And that was it. I didn't post anything else. So I totally see those reminders because it just seems like the negative stuff pops up. I'm like, post something positive. I really like that. And a year from now, those memories are going to pop up. And since I don't post a lot, it's really going to be impactful because I'm not posting every day or even once a month. I mean, it's just what it is.
In my workshops, my Miss Stocks workshops, and I have other upcoming workshops in the works that are coming up, I often let the participants know it's really important to take pictures of yourself. And it's also a way to capture that. And then go ahead, like you said, I like that, the timeline thing. I never thought of it like that. I love doing selfies. And I just posted a really cute one a few days ago of myself. And then listen, did you just hear what I said and how I said it? That's another thing. That's how you celebrate yourself. Don't be afraid to call yourself cute. I was doing a reflection series the other day and I said something like, one of the things that I love that my late husband said, he said I was drop dead gorgeous. And I had all these comments come out in my DMs like, I love that you said that. I love that you said that, because we don't do that enough about ourselves. Like I told you ladies today, I lift weights 3 times a week, nothing major, 5-pounders, but I've been doing it for 3 years. And I'm getting definition of different muscles up here. And I'm like, y'all, look at this. I'm a Marco Polo, like celebrating a muscle.
You see this line? If I flex it this way, see that way.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to also say something about a song that makes me feel like I'm celebrating myself, because I love music and music is my therapy. And Sia has a song called I'm Unstoppable. And that song is
Oh,
so
that's
powerful.
your party song. Anytime
That's
you
your
get
Yeah.
song.
on.
That's my song. But the selfie that I posted, I took a page from one of J-Lo's albums that she created. And I think I may have mentioned this before. It was called This Is Me Then.
Oh, yeah.
And so I put that on one of my selfies a few days ago. So now that you mentioned the timeline, when that pops up next year, that's going to really feel good for me because this is me then, celebrating myself, my flaws and everything.
That's awesome.
I love that. Yeah. And I know music, dancing, is always a way that Shauna likes to celebrate. Some music, dance around a little bit. Well,
Got
you
to
know
have
when
the music.
Shauna happy,
They had the vibes.
she get on Marco Polo with that microphone.
Yes. Yes, my thing is I get on Marco Polo. I'll tell y'all about the TV shows. Did y'all see this movie? It was so good. I celebrate myself on the couch. My reward when I get my stuff done, I watch all my TV shows. Okay. Clothes were folded. I put my suitcase away just today because I've been traveling like the last 6 weeks. And that's a form of celebration. Like I'm get all the TV shows in, get my favorite tea, my whatever beverage, and just enjoy. So
yes, it's a gift. It's just gifting yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes it's as simple as just closing my laptop, like, oh, I got a lot done today. And I'm done with you. Put you away.
Yes. So yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much, ladies, for celebrating Miles and the team.
Oh, you're welcome.
Everyone involved. They're just all very, very amazing. It's an amazing community. It is family for sure. And they just, they've been really, really wonderful. And this time flies. So cherish those moments, and sit in those moments. Yeah, that's why I gotta get out of the house. Because if I stay here, I go to the hotel, I can really just, like Shauna was saying earlier, just really be focused in those moments and not feeling like I have to run around here and clean up, wash clothes and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something to celebrate myself, but also do just a little quick getaway so that I can just sit there and enjoy.
And that's going back.
No, go ahead, Shauna.
To the pause and connect that we talk about a lot.
Yeah. And it's never too late to do it, right? If stuff was happening and you didn't get a chance to sit, if Lynda decided next month she's gonna take that hotel stay or whatever, it's never too late. My birthday was in November and me and my friend's schedule just could not match up, but she was like, I know what you want to do for your birthday, so we're supposed to do something this Saturday. I'm wanting to do a pottery class, and so she signed us up for a pottery class. I'm so excited. I get to play in some mud, Shauna.
Now that I would do. I'm not the mud girl, but the pottery, I definitely, I want to experience that with is it called the wheel?
Yeah.
The wheel. I want to experience that. I want to make a coffee mug or something.
You get to make 2 items. So a mug, and you can do like a mug or like a little bowl dish, like you can put stuff in. And so I'm really excited to do that. And I know my birthday was in November.
My bucket list,
but I'm going.
That's what you go.
But we doing it.
That's so right.
It's never too late to celebrate. If you are thinking about like, dang, you know what? I did have something really good happen. I didn't just slow down and to appreciate like all of it. Like you can do it whenever. I mean, ideally you will want to celebrate yourself in a moment to give yourself time to take it all in, but it's never too late to celebrate yourself.
It's true.
Never.
That's true. Very true. Love it. Love it. This was great, ladies.
Yes. Wow. It was a great occasion to kick off the podcast with. So this episode with. Do y'all have any other final remarks or feedback? Oh, real quick. I know one thing. We have a workshop.
We do.
Oh, that's important to note.
Yes.
Yes. The workshop, Owning Your Power. Yes. Saturday, April 30th, 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
Virtual.
Go out to our website. I'm pointing because I don't know which way.
Tickets are on sale now.
Hardship.com, /events, and where there's a link right on the website. There'll be a link to this episode. Click there. You can register. Members get 10% off. So if you join our membership, you get 10% off. So yes, hit us up. Let us know. And or just buy a ticket, come check us out. We are super thrilled about it, and we hope that you'll join us.
Yes.
And we'll be talking a little bit more about celebrating yourself and as a piece of that workshop. But
we do. Yeah.
All right. Shauna, do you want to take us out?
Yes. Thank you, Heartbeats, and all of our listeners. If you really appreciated this or the podcast, please feel free to share it out with a friend. Bring some more people to hang out with the Heart of Chat. We love it. We love it. We love it. Randolph-Macon College. It was so cute. I love it. Follow us. The Heart of Chat is all over the world. And you can start off by going to theheartofchat.com because that is your main hub. You're going to find everything where we are on every single platform. We appreciate every listener. Please come back next week and every week because it's going to be fuego, baby. Come back.
Come back. Bye, y'all.
Thank you, ladies.